Hey everybody, Scribe here. Today we're going to continue with another leadership seminar video. This one is on chapter treasurer. This one is going to be a little bit different because the treasurer position is very important, has probably the most important job of keeping financial records, tax records, the money flow, all the documentation. Their work has to be very precise and done right. There are a bunch of forms. And for privacy issues and for corporate security issues, we're not going to be talking a lot about the in-depth work of the treasurer, so it's going to be a little bit of a brief overview. If you have questions, specific questions about what you need to do as the chapter treasurer, please email Deborah, the state treasurer, and ask her any specific questions that you have. She'll be glad to help you out. Normally, when we hold our leadership seminars in person, the treasurer seminar lasts about 4 hours. So it's a lot of very detailed information. Nobody's going to want to listen to me drone on for 4 hours about the detailed information, so I'm going to give a quick brief overview. The treasurer is responsible for all of the financial dealings of the chapter, keeping a current balance of how much money is coming in, how much money is going out, the reporting on the correct forms. It's very important to use the correct forms. So if you have a form that says DeLand, Hollywood, anything that has any name except for the current state office where Brandy is at, please disregard that. Go on to the chapter website and download the current, up-to-date financial paperwork that you must have. Some chapters, the treasurer job is going to be very simple. These are chapters that don't have a lot of chapter property, chapter equipment, not a lot of bills. So I know of some chapter treasurers that are able to keep up with the financial goings with just a simple accounting book. They start at the top of the page with the month, and then they put the current balance of the new month, which is the same as the ending balance of the previous month. So they just move that up to the top. And then from there, they will add in any deposits, any new money coming into the chapter, and they will deduct any payments. Some chapters have very few payments that they do each month. Some have a lot. So it's a matter of just writing down what you get in and what you take out at the end of the month, tally it up, double check triple check, as I would say, your financials to make sure that the current bank account matches what you have. Keep note of any outstanding bills or outstanding checks and record them. So that way the end of the month tally will be the same as the beginning of the month tally. There's no reason that the end of one month and the beginning of a next month will be different numbers. They are going to be exactly the same from each month. So and then just work with that. Remember to not give out any financial figures to anybody that is not ABATE of Florida members. You can say at a chapter meeting, what the current balance is, any outstanding checks that haven't been posted yet, any of that information. The secretary will not write down that information. That's private. That's for us only. If anybody has any other questions regarding the financials of the chapter, they can speak to you privately in person to get out any further information. But always have ready the current balance, chapter balance, and any of the money coming in or out. So that way the chapter knows what money is being spent, what money is being received, and everybody is transparent as to the financial status of the chapter. As far as who signs checks for the chapter, it is the president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer. The chapter sergeant of arms, at the discretion of the chapter president, is also allowed to be a signer to the checks. Remember that two people in the same household are not allowed to be check signers. When you get a new board member that is on the executive board, which is president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer, and again, if your chapter allows the sergeant of arms to be a signer, anytime somebody new comes into that position, please make sure to be very quick about going to the bank and having the old person taken off as a signer and the new person added in. Do this right away. Sometimes you can do it over the phone with having a person taken off, and then you have to go in person so that that person can sign the correct forms. Also, you want to have a good working relationship with your local bank so that they know who you are and your position. It'll help things run much smoother. Always be prepared at any meeting to have an up-to-date status of the bank accounts so that if any member asks, you can give that information quickly and not have to go scurrying around searching through papers to find that information. So that's the basic bare bones duties of the chapter treasurer. Again, it is much more involved than this. You will have many questions or many forms, so please contact the state treasurer and they will be happy. Deborah will be very happy to walk it through with you. If you have questions that need to be talked in person, come to a state meeting. She'll be glad to spend a few moments with you to make sure that you get things right. The key thing is to get your paperwork to the state office in a timely fashion. It has to be postmarked no later than the 5th day of the month. Unless that day is a holiday, then it will be the next regular business day after that. The reason for this is because it is a tax document. It is very important that as a corporation, ABATE of Florida follows all tax laws, all filing laws, and all deadlines to the T. And so it's very important that we get your treasurer's report. Even if there's no money came in, no money went out, nothing changed in that month, we still need a report of that month. So get that into the state office. So again, if you have any questions, please contact Deborah. Here's her email address, and she'll be glad to answer any specific questions that you may have. All right. Thank you very much. See ya.